Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most historic nights in KPW history. Welcome to the Kumite Forum. Welcome to SummerSpark. As I, Tapey Styles, calling the action right down the middle, flying solo as always. And tonight we have 4 exciting, action-packed championship bouts to come your way. We'll be seeing, of course, the World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs in the main event. World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs between our reigning, defending champion as he makes his first defense ever, the star attraction, Pierre Cinema, as he goes one-on-one against the misfit, Bob, as he rampages through all of KPW over the course of the past month, all coming to a head here in the main event here tonight. Also to come on the show, we'll be seeing a Haas fight here tonight as Pando, the Siberian Silver Bear, takes on the 7'4", 525-pound man beast, Crisp Billy. Also to come, a triple threat bout for the KPW Hardcore Championship as Hard-Boiled Kabuki takes on 2 challengers in the Rhinestone Cowboy the Sauce and the Pitbull K-Dog. Also to come later on tonight, Tag Team Championships up for grabs as High Velocity, Ozone, Atmosphere defend against Chaos Control, Kruger, Papyrus representing Parliament here tonight. Also to come, one of the most intense bouts with almost a full year in the making, all culminating to this very moment as the wild card takes on the icon. Robbie Deuce goes one-on-one against Ding. And speaking of Parliament, speaking of their influence, they've had one hell of an influence over our upcoming opening bout here tonight at SummerSpark. As for the KPW Twitch Championship, both of these men look to clear their names, but only one of them will walk away with the Twitch Championship gold as the heartthrob Popo challenges Josue for the gold. Popo marching down to the ring the only way he knows how to. Over the course of the past month, he has been embroiled in controversy, nobody truly knowing where his loyalties lie. All over the desire, the lust, the temptation of Tori, that mysterious valet from Parliament. He thinks that British chick is into him. And he's got a bona fide way to try and prove himself here tonight. He must dethrone one of the fastest rising stars here in KPW. And that goes without question. The Twitch champion, Josue. We have seen very few rises here in KPW as meteoric as this. Opening bell here tonight, here in the Kumite Forum, packed, stacked, and sold out here. Popo, Josue meeting in the middle here. And they're getting ready to get it on here tonight. Popo having everything to prove, having every taste of temptation on his mind here. The one thing he needs to seal the deal here and sway over Parliament, taking that Twitch championship off of Josue. But on the flip side, look at what Josue has to gain from defeating Popo here tonight. This would be the biggest victory of his whole career. A career-defining victory, and this is just the opening bout. Popo locking in the figure four here. Josue frantically reaching the ropes. Referee slap thigh Jones calling for the rope break here. Off to a fast start here tonight at SummerSpark with two of KPW's most agile combatants. Irish whip hitting the ropes. Josue meeting in the middle with a Hurricane Rana. The vertical leaping ability of Josue. The speed, the quick maneuvering, the thinking, like a damn mountain lion in there. Back heel kick into the corner. Looking for a Northern Light suplex, but Popo hits it with a knee to the sternum there. Popo guarding the back heel kick. Inside cradle courtesy of Popo. Josue kicking out, not even at one here. You can tell how badly these two men want the Twitch championship here tonight. Looking to set the bar high here tonight at SummerSpark. Snap suplex by Popo. Josue, a relative newcomer here to KPW. Popo, one of the old standing guards here. Been here since day one. Competing in the first ever bout underneath the KPW banner back at Spring Stampede in 2024. Against the Sauce for the very same championship that he competes for here tonight. Josue showcasing a little bit of in-ring dominance here. Out firmly in his control, but Popo smacks him down with a forearm smash here. Popo going back to the figure four leg lock, looking to neutralize the legs of Josue there, take away his agility, take away his speed.
1, 2.
Completely limit the offense that the champion is able to lay down here tonight. Josue looking for that Northern Lights suplex once again, but Popo just has an answer for it every single time. Arnoa type waist lock transition here. Back suplex from the challenger. Another collar and elbow tie up here. Snap suplex from Popo. Dropping down the elbow onto Josue. Back body drop. As the momentum has shifted into the favor of the challenger, the heartthrob. Josue looking to re-strategize here. Popo going for all or nothing with that plancha to the outside. Looks like Josue was baiting him out there. This could be a very costly mistake for Popo here tonight. Taking the bait on that plancha to the outside. Josue trying to take full advantage of the situation. Josue trying to take Popo off his feet with that sweep kick to the legs. This is what makes Josue such a dangerous champion. He has the speed. He has the cat-like agility. He has the quick wits to him. And above all else, he has versatility inside that squared circle. Quick roundhouse kick to the gut of Popo there. Popo still barely on his feet there. Scoop slam. Looking for a splash from the top here. Josue pushing Popo into the corner here, into the buckles. Spinning back heel kick, keeping Popo caged in there like an animal. Josue hanging onto the ropes after that Irish whip. And now it is Popo on the back foot here. It is Popo trying to make a hasty retreat here. Monkey flip by Josue. German suplex, but Josue lands on his feet here. Reverse suplex from the champion. It's like Josue was gonna try and roll him up for a quick pin there, but Popo's caught the leg of Josue. And now Popo's back on the outside here. He's back on the floor here. Josue looking to go high risk himself here. And full of steam. Goes underneath the bottom rope here, trying to psych out Popo.
1, 2, 3.
Now he's thinking it for real here. Corkscrew down to the floor, over the top rope. Bullseye right onto the heartthrob.
9, 10, 11.
And did Josue just connect with a Texas T on the floor there?
40.
Ope over the top rope there. Count of 2 from referee Slap Thigh Jones there. Michinoku driver, cover. And a kick out from the heartthrob. Step up Enziguri. Heel to the back of the head of Popo. Another quick roll up attempt from Josue. Starting to get a bit desperate in the ring there. There's one thing you can't take away from Popo. It's his endurance. It's his ability to lay in the cut as the minutes tick away in this bout. Elite level conditioning for both of these men. But Josue cannot afford to pump the brakes whatsoever. Release German suplex, magistral cradle here. Another kick out from the heartthrob. Irish whip into the ropes here. Noggin knocker between Josue and Popo here. Josue sizing up Popo here for another Michinoku driver. 1 count. And Josue's kicked up to his feet here. It looked like Josue was thinking of some high aerial offense here. Popo hoping to slow him down at least a little bit with a sleeper hold. Josue's kept his foot on the gas this entire bout here. And now it is Popo trying to pull the emergency brake here. Roundhouse kick attempted. Popo counters it into an ankle lock. Josue trying to create some distance between himself and the challenger. Popo's back on his feet, however. Baseball slide, taking down Popo, and he's back up once again. Josue looking for a rope-assisted bulldog.
1, 2, count 2.
These two men, they are beating the absolute hell out of one another. They are pushing each other to their limits here tonight. Snap suplex from Popo. Both these men approaching this bout with a different ideology.
1.
Josue zeroing in on high impact maneuvers to make it progressively harder for Popo to kick out as the minutes tick away. Popo preferring to take his sweet time there, knowing that every bit of damage that he inflicts on a champion will mount up to the point where Josue cannot kick out whatsoever here.
1, 2.
Sunset flip, kick out from Popo once again here. Popo taking the death by 1,000 cuts approach here. Another figure 4 leg lock. Josue as far away from the ropes there. Popo having to break the figure 4 after using the bottom rope as leverage. Springboard missile drop kick. And Popo's back up. Forearm smash. Josue looking to bash the head of Popo into that mat there. Frog splash from the top. Popo having no give, going full dead weight on that snap suplex attempt. All the weight of a sandbag. Double axe handle to the neck of the champion. Going back to that reverse sitting armbar right in front of us here tonight. All a part of the new deal here afforded to us by the Team Adhesive Broadcasting Network.
2, 3.
Bigger budgets, bigger cameras,
4, 5.
a proper desk for us to sit and call the action
7,
up close and personal here.
9, 10, 11, 12,
Popo using that rolling clutch there
13,
to try and
14,
stretch out the hamstrings of Josue.
15,
Count of 15 here.
16.
What the hell is Josue doing? He's introducing a ring bell to the bout here. Josue favoring that leg there. Popo might have done some significant damage to the champion here. And he throws the ring bell right into the face of Popo here. Belly to belly suplex onto the ring bell here. Anything goes under KPW rules, and the only disqualifications is by time limit draws, countouts, or interferences. Frog splash to the back of Popo here. Another magistral cradle here. And he gets him! Josue retains the Twitch Championship here tonight. Popo seemed to have the momentum shifting towards his favor once again. Before Josue introduced the ring bell to the bout, desperation on full display from the Twitch champion. What the hell is
Popo,
this?
You sweet, sweet summer child. Did you really think Tori or myself was going to let your inbred perversion corrupt Parliament? You've been quite a useful idiot, bruv. Maybe you'll learn that you can't always get what you want, mate. But fortunately there's a man in the ring that got exactly what they needed tonight. Every person in Parliament had to sacrifice something to become a piece of the great vision. I think you know what needs to be done next, Josue.
What? Don't tell me. That son of a... That no good piece of garbage! Josue has sold out to Parliament? The Monarch, the ringleader, Oliver English, he's swayed over the Twitch champion to this greater cause, this great vision that Parliament claims to have, claims to follow. What an absolutely disgusting display here. And Popo's getting absolutely pulverized with these steel steps here. Now cut her onto the steps. Head first. No regards for the well-being of another man here. Josue sacrificing the heartthrob just to get in with Parliament. And to add insult to injury, a Texas T. And what the hell is this? That's the mentor of Josue, Popcorn Poppy. He surely can't be happy about this. He looks absolutely livid as he marches his way down to ringside to confront the man that he mentored over the course of the past 2 months. And he's looking to get some answers here from the Twitch champion. Referee's trying to call for the disqualification bell, trying to call down security here. Josue having no remorse here, not even hesitating to put his hands on Popcorn Poppy. Selling out his own beliefs, his own morals, selling out his origins. All for this great vision, hatched up, concocted by that snake oil salesman and Oliver English. Also, looking for more tools. Dismantle the likes of Popo, the likes of Popcorn Poppy. Looking to burn another bridge here tonight. And Popcorn Poppy's been busted wide open. A cutter onto the steps. What an absolutely sick display here tonight. Low brow. As disgusting, as demeaning as it gets here. Popcorn Poppy was the man that allowed Josue easy access into the locker rooms here at KPW. Welcome him in as if he was his own son. Welcome him in like a brother. And it seemed like Josue had ulterior motives. Popcorn Poppy had all the reason to believe that Popo was the man that was defecting to Parliament, but he was just a pawn in their bigger game here. And now he's hitting up with the snap, crackle, and pop. I can't even look this man in the eyes anymore. This is just sickening. Josue walking away with the Twitch Championship. I hope he's happy. You bastard. I hope you're happy with everything that you gave up just to make sure that you can keep that Twitch Championship around your waist. Now Oliver English, flanked by Tori, standing in the aisleway here. Josue marching his way up to them. Looking to take the pledge here. And exactly as we suspected, Josue has sold out to Parliament to keep the Twitch Championship alive. Popcorn Poppy is a bloody mess in that ring. Popo completely laid out on the floor here. And speaking of chaos, speaking of carnage and pandemonium, coming up next, a hoss fight for the ages as the bear takes on the beast. Pando goes one-on-one against Crisp Billy. One of the most highly anticipated bouts of the evening. These two were always kept in the same conversation ever since Pando made his debut here. If anybody has ever been a disruptive force of nature, look no further than Crisp Billy. Look no further than Pando. These are not two ordinary athletes. They are both one of one. Crisp Billy, a former hardcore champion, a former world heavyweight champion. Looking to course correct here tonight. But first he has to make a Silver Bear starve in the ring here tonight. Meeting of the minds, meeting in the middle here tonight. Pando, quick on the offense here. He's gonna need every opportunity that he gets. Chris Billy takes no prisoners. Irish whip. Big boot taking down Pando. Spinning wheel kick from a lowered vertical base of Pando here. Chris Billy moving out of the way of that attempted drop kick. Think of how strong, think of the raw power that Pando has on his side. Somehow, some way, this man is still an underdog. A big boot to the back of the head of Pando. Clotheslining Chris Billy back towards the corner here. Pando weighing in here tonight at 295 pounds. A big spear taking Chris Billy off his feet there. Pando was looking to go 2 for 2 there, but Chris Billy caught him with a two-handed chokehold. That height advantage really coming into play here for Chris Billy. Luthez press here. And Pando's gonna have to keep the aggression up here. Looking for a quick pinfall. He wants to waste no time whatsoever here. Both of these men looking to get their way back into the World Heavyweight Championship scene. Chris Billy well on his way to try and become the first ever two-time KPW World Heavyweight Champion. Pando looking to secure his first championship victory. Torture rack on a 500-pound man. I don't know how the hell Pando does it. The man cheats death. The man defies gravity. Who could forget back at Mayhem in that parking lot brawl when Pando soared from the heavens with that moonsault off the tractor trailer? Pando's been wearing that knee brace ever since that very night. Big drop kick taking down Chris Billy. Pando trying to stay quick on his feet here, trying to use his speed advantage against the big man here. Pando retreating to the floor. And now it is Pando back on the offense, back on the aggression here. Pando looking for a moonsault down to the floor.
7, 8, 9.
Big clothesline.
10,
A nasty club.
11,
Those big tree trunk size arms
13,
of the Siberian Silver Bear
14,
Pando
15,
as he continues to take down and make an example out of Chris Billy.
17, 18.
Out of 18 here, Pando taking his sweet time, walking up the steel steps here, getting back onto the apron to beat the 20 count here. Sunset flip,
1,
cover. And Pando kips right up. And Chris Billy break the hot streak of Pando here. Cobra clutch suplex. And it's an absolute miracle that Chris Billy was even able to kick out of something like that. Think of all the pressure, the compression of the spine, the upper vertebrae of Chris Billy getting dumped onto his neck with that Cobra Clutch suplex. The human body was not designed to take such blunt force trauma like that. Certainly not at a threshold of 525 pounds. Pando is absolutely rabid here tonight. Both these men here with everything to gain, everything to prove here.
6, 7.
Pando looking for a weapon. Showing absolutely no mercy here tonight. Chris Billy. Taking him down to his knees from that wrist lock. Guarding that spinning wheel kick from Pando here. Big club to the back of Pando. Running knee drop from Pando. Sizing up Chris Billy for another spear here. Big elbow taking Pando over the top rope and down to the floor. Chris Billy looking to meet him on the outside.
5.
Irish whip into the barricade here in the Kumite Forum here tonight. Packed, stacked, and sold out.
9.
Back in at 9. Chris Billy looking to go for it all here. Pando spears Chris Billy, but Chris Billy sits right back up here. And look at the height that Chris Billy secured on that reverse suplex. From head to toe, this man stands at 7 feet and 4 inches. Pando fell from a much greater height from the raw power of Chris Billy. And speaking of raw power, Chris Billy was just power slammed, and now he's been power bombed by Pando. This is absolutely unreal here. A shoulder breaker from Pando. Pando is like a damn Terminator in there. He has unreal amounts of strength, unreal cardio. He's superhuman. Hurricane Rana pinfall attempt. Chris Billy having just enough reach for the ropes there. Chris Billy going up top here. Pando tossing Chris Billy off the top rope, and now he's slamming the back of Chris Billy's head into the mat here. Pando just picking up Chris Billy from a pump handle position. Lifting him up over the shoulders and slamming him down powerbomb style. Inside cradle, but another kick out from Chris Billy. Pando, oh my God! Clubbing Chris Billy in the back of the head repeatedly with those haymakers here. Chris Billy getting slammed into those bars, holding the turnbuckles in place, holding the ring ropes in place. And he's been split wide open. He's got one hell of a gash on his forehead here. He is leaking blood here tonight. This has been an absolute mauling here tonight, courtesy of the Siberian Silver Bear here, lifting him with one arm. Fall away slam. Pando looking to pick up Chris Billy once again. Chris Billy getting a bit desperate now. Trying to roll him up here, trying to shift his body weight just enough to hold down Pando here tonight. Irish whip into the ropes. Drop down, big boot from Pando. Pando running the ropes again. Drop kick. Chris Billy goes over the top and down to the floor. Pando going for it all there with that senton to the outside.
5,
Tope con hello.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Pando going back to those haymakers to the back of the head here. How the hell is that even legal?
40.
It sure as hell isn't moral. It sure as hell isn't ethical. But it's been nothing but effective here for Pando. A belly-to-belly suplex off the top rope. Chris Billy got sent halfway across the ring here. Fireman's carry, flapjack here. Bow and arrow hold. I never realized just how much flexibility Chris Billy actually had here. And surely this has to be it. Moonsault halfway across. That's gotta be it. And Chris Billy somehow, some way found the heart to kick out. As cold and as blackened as the heart of Chris Billy is, it still beats on here tonight.
3.
Pando looking for a head full of steam here. Spear into the corner here. Chris Billy's head bouncing off that bottom rope there. Gonna have some serious whiplash from that. He's gonna be feeling that one tomorrow morning. Rope thrust from Chris Billy, sending Pando through the ropes here. Pando launching back into the ring like a cruise missile. Shoulder block over the top. Running power slam from Pando. Taken to the skies here. Pando with a big diving clothesline here. Snapdragon suplex. And Chris Billy, he's really struggling right now. He is barely able to get to his own 2 feet. Power slam by the man beast. Pando size up Chris Billy. over the course of the past 2 weeks on Warzone. We saw Chris Billy make the save 2 weeks ago on Warzone during a brief scuffle between Ding and Robbie Deuce, two men that will be waging war later on tonight at SummerSpark. Chris Billy made the save for Robbie Deuce, but Pando made damn sure to prevent any more interference here, warning Chris Billy to keep his eyes on the prize there. Don't get back into business you've already resolved here. Back elbow sending Pando over the top and down to the floor.
3, 4, 5.
Chris Billy going low, but Pando goes high there. An elbow from the apron.
4, 5, 1.
Pando looking to re-strategize here, looking to find a new way to inflict pain onto the former world heavyweight champion, onto a former hardcore champion, and Chris Billy. Count of 7, both men re-enter the ring. Spinning wheel kick from Pando. An absolutely unreal display here tonight, courtesy of the Siberian Silver Bear here. He's not just showcasing how hungry he is here tonight, he's showcasing just how high his prey drive could go here. Another spear to Chris Billy. But Chris Billy is right back up. He's back on his feet here. Half Nelson across the ring. Another spear. And Pando's doing his absolute damnedest to keep this man down. Big punches in the corner, clotheslines in the corner from Pando. Pando, another shoulder breaker to Chris Billy. Chris Billy taking one hell of a beating here tonight. Gut wrench powerbomb. We haven't seen Chris Billy take this bad of a beatdown since he lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Jedi back in October. Another shoulder breaker from Pando. What the hell is going through the mind of the Siberian Silver Bear here? Pando drilling Chris Billy with his own move, the GFD, the George Foreman drill.
Pinfall.
He just decimated Chris Billy with his own move here. What a way to display your raw power here tonight. We need another look at that GFD here. Pando drilling a 500-pound man onto his head. As he continues to push his body, his will, his spirit to the limit. every single time that we see Pando compete in a ring here, it has resulted in absolute destruction. And you gotta give it up to Chris Billy for his endurance, his wherewithal, his ability to take a beating here. It's what made him a world heavyweight champion in the past. But it has been more than clear, more than evident that we are looking at the future of KPW. Congratulations to the Siberian Silver Bear Pando for putting away the man beast tonight. Coming up next, triple threat action for the Hardcore Championship as Kabuki takes on K-Dog and the Sauce.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
The Rhinestone Cowboy has been looking for an opportunity on this grand of a stage for quite some time. At last year's edition of SummerSpark, he was the main event. He was hot off the heels of a lethal lottery match victory in 2024. And while he wasn't able to emerge victorious that night with the World Heavyweight Championship, he has the chance to become a hardcore champion here tonight. All he has to do is pick the right opportunity between the Pitbull and the Hardcore Champion as K-Dog marches down to ringside to renew his rivalry with Kabuki. One of the hottest nights of the year here tonight, one of our flagship special events here at SummerSpark. K-Dog taking in the adoration of the fans here, the Kumite faithful. And Kabuki making his entrance in style. Look at a profile here tonight. Kabuki, the Sauce, K-Dog, three stalwarts of KPW, three cornerstones of the locker room. When we think about what KPW has grown to here today, when we think about what the home of Fighting Spirit really embodies, you cannot imagine it without these three men here. Kabuki with a pool cue here. Hardcore Championship up for grabs here. Kabuki zeroing in on K-Dog, his old rival. Kabuki made his arrival here in KPW back at Fever Pitch in December, answering an open challenge at the time from K-Dog. And emerging victorious courtesy of a well-placed, well-timed guitar shot. The Sauce, the odd man out in this bout. And therefore, the man that K-Dog and Kabuki seemingly worked together there for just a brief moment in time to neutralize. And this is the danger of a triple threat bout. There is a real possibility that Kabuki can leave tonight's event here without a championship, without being the man pinned or submitted in the center of that ring. Quick jab from K-Dog here. Float over DDT from K-Dog. Wrist lock from the Sauce, looking to slow things down, trying to put everybody back on his pace here. Single leg Boston Crab to K-Dog. And we saw the Saucy K-Dog slug it out last Monday night on Warzone. The Sauce emerging victorious that night. But now he has to go 2 for 2. And he's not in that much of a controlled environment as compared to before. Another wishbone split from Kabuki and K-Dog. K-Dog and Kabuki are 1-1 inside the squared circle. Oh, a pull cue to the back of the Sauce, taking him down to the mat. Kabuki looking to capitalize, looking to choke out one of the challengers, looking to choke out the Rhinestone Cowboy. Springboard back elbow from K-Dog. Sauce raking the eyes of the champion here. Rope thrust from Kabuki to K-Dog here. And this is always what makes these triple threat bouts so exciting. You never know what alliances can form. You never know what short-term partnerships can arise in a situation of lust and greed for bragging rights, for championship glory here. K-Dog knocked to the apron here, courtesy of that pull cue. Headlock takeover by the Sauce. Kabuki losing a grip on that pull cue. K-Dog zeroing in on him. A quick elbow to the heart of the Sauce. Single leg Boston Crab locked in by the Sauce here. Back elbow as the Sauce tries to clear the ring here, tries to clear both of his rivals, his enemies in this bout. Sauce going up top here over Kabuki. Knee drop from the top. Spinning wheel kick from K-Dog, sending Kabuki through the ropes. Shin breaker from the Sauce. A total elimination of the Pitbull here. Overhand slap from Kabuki, taking down K-Dog. And think of the clashing of styles that we are seeing in the ring here tonight. This combination of combatants here between K-Dog, a man that really embodies that strong style here in KPW. The Sauce, a pure brawler. And Kabuki, a man that specializes in high flying, a man that specializes and submission offense here. The Sauce. Surfboard stretch to Kabuki here. The Sauce looking to go for a rockabye onto the champion. Lateral press here. And Kabuki pops the shoulder up. You can never say that Kabuki isn't a fighting champion. You can't say that his work isn't cut out for him here, though. Hook in the leg this time for extra leverage. Kabuki still kicks out. Irish whip into the turnbuckle here. The Sauce thrown out of the ring here by K-Dog. Action spilling to the outside here.
5, 6.
Sauce returning K-Dog into the ring here. Count of 7. Both of these men trying to disarm the hardcore champion. Back suplex onto the pool cue. That had to hurt like hell. Man, you gotta think of the material that pool cue is made out of, because that is not snapped over any of their backs. Hasn't snapped over anybody's head. They're getting a lot of mileage out of that pool cue. Snap DDT by the Sauce. Irish whip into the corner. K-Dog reversing, slingshotting the Sauce into the turnbuckle. K-Dog was looking for that spinning roundhouse kick. Kabuki thinking with more dexterity, with more speed, just smacking him over the head with that pull cue. Surfboard stretch from the Sauce. Irish whip into the corner. Total elimination onto K-Dog once again here. Kabuki going up top here. Leg drop onto K-Dog. Back suplex onto the pit bull. A spinning wheel kick from a springboard position. Kabuki taking out the Sauce while the Sauce takes down K-Dog here. Sauce breaking up that leg lock attempt from K-Dog here. Kabuki breaking up that lateral press pinfall from the Sauce. Quick headbutts to the back of the head of the Sauce. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up this Monday night on Warzone, as I'm receiving word from the board of directors, we will be seeing Josue, the KPW Twitch champion, in action against the blue chipper Bam Dardino. Hopefully we will get some answers as to why Josue betrayed his mentor, Popcorn Poppy. Hoping to get some words as to why he joined Parliament on Monday night. Death Valley driver onto K-Dog. And the Sauce is right there to break up the pin. Also to come this Monday night, win, lose, or draw, we will be seeing Chaos Control in tag team action We'll be seeing them later on tonight competing for the tag team gold against High Velocity. A true David versus Goliath championship bout here tonight. Also confirmed by the board of directors this Monday night, we'll be seeing the director, Steven Gilbert, take on the King of Stego Style, Corey Sinclair, in singles action. The Sauce looking for a rockabye on Kabuki once again here. Kabuki just walking right into harm's way there. K-Dog looking to capitalize. Headlock by the Sauce here. The Sauce is all alone here. He's the only man standing. Irish whip into the ropes. Big clubbing clothesline from the Sauce, taking down K-Dog. Boston Crab attempted by Kabuki, but the Sauce powers out of it. Back elbow from K-Dog, getting out of the grasp of the Sauce here.
1, 2.
The only firm grip that the Sauce is looking for here tonight is that grip that he's gonna firmly have on the Hardcore Championship should he put away both K-Dog and Kabuki. Quick strike with the pool cue. The Sauce clearing house once again here. Turning his attention to K-Dog now. Sauce sizing up the pit bull. Lateral press. The Sauce looking to steal one off that back suplex. Very low angle from Kabuki, looking for quick damage. Quick strikes, quick movement. Can Kabuki walk away with the Hardcore Championship here tonight in our second of 4 championship bouts of the evening? Rope break called by Slapthigh Jones here. Face crusher by K-Dog. And a quick knee to the groin of the champion here. Senton from K-Dog. The Sauce, by a very wide margin, the freshest man in this bout. Kabuki trailing behind at a firm but very distant second. K-Dog, on the other hand, has been absolutely brutalized since the opening bell. Sauce sizing up Kabuki. Looking for his time to strike here. High angle suplex courtesy of the Sauce here, courtesy of the Rhinestone Cowboy. Assisted pile driver onto the pool cue. And the Kumite faithful in the forum here tonight, they're in an absolute frenzy. Chicken wing suplex attempt from K-Dog, locking the arm behind the back of the Sauce here. A fusion of the crossface chicken wing submission hold and and a Northern Lights suplex. It is one of K-Dog's most reliable moves at his disposal here. Kabuki going up top here, singling out K-Dog. Leg drops to the floor here.
5, 6, 7, 8.
The Sauce sitting this one out momentarily.
11.
Taking the time to catch his breath here. Taking the time to get some of his energy back.
14. 15.
Count of 15 here.
16. 17.
18. And all three men are back in the ring. Kabuki with the pull cue in hand here. Judo slam from K-Dog. Big right hook from the Sauce. K-Dog with a headlock takeover on the Rhinestone Cowboy. These three men have everything to give here tonight. These three men know exactly what that hardcore championship means to them. Kabuki, we're looking to retrieve another weapon from the outside here. A second pull cue has been introduced to the bout here. Surfboard stretch to the champion here. Assisted pile driver onto the pull cue. K-Dog clearing the ring of the Sauce here. Looking to go for all or nothing there. Gets none of it. The Sauce evades harm's way. Stays low to the ground. Lets K-Dog fly right over him.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Out of 12,
13,
all three men
14.
re-entering the ring here. Kabuki with the steel steps. Choosing to go for a more dexterous-based weapon here. Choosing speed over raw power here. Kabuki trying to stay quick here. K-Dog trying to keep the pressure up. Irish whip into the ropes. K-Dog looking to go for a drop kick to the knees there. Big neck breaker from K-Dog. Moving with speed, moving with purpose here. And the hardcore champion being singled out by K-Dog. Riz Crusher towards the center of the ring. And K-Dog's looking for another one. Look in the leg. But Kabuki's hand was at the ropes. This is the damnedest thing that I've ever seen here. Leg lock from K-Dog. There is no give. There is no compromise in these three men. They're gonna have to kill each other just to keep the hardcore championship around their waist. Swinging DDT from K-Dog. Kabuki looking to gouge out the eyes of the Sauce here. Another swinging DDT from K-Dog here. Kabuki going up top here, sizing up the pit bull, thinking better of it. Hot between both of his challengers here, arm dragging the Sauce into K-Dog. And now it is K-Dog looking for the opportunity of a lifetime. The Sauce keeping the pressure up on both of these men. The Sauce with a rockabye on K-Dog. Wishbone split to the pit bull. This has been a battle of wills, a battle of testament. Which of these three men have the most intestinal fortitude here? K-Dog knocking out the champion with that roundhouse kick here. The Sauce looking to steal. Count of one there. Single leg Boston Crab. And K-Dog breaks it up. Reverse suplex onto the champion. Kabuki now being singled out by both challengers. This has not gone the way that Kabuki would have wanted this to go. This has not been the easy victory that the Sauce was clamoring for in the lead up to SummerSpark here tonight. He's had his work more than cut out for him. Looking for the quick pinfall. They're looking to steal it off that Death Valley driver. Split-legged moonsault from Kabuki. Irish whip reversal. The Sauce hitting the ropes. Tilt to whirl. Body slam from K-Dog. Kabuki going for the steal here.
Count two.
And the Sauce kicks out. We almost saw Kabuki retain the Hardcore Championship. Springboard moonsault from K-Dog. Earlier on tonight, we saw the Twitch Championship remain in the clutches of Josue, and now with new developments, we now know that it is firmly in the possession of Parliament, as Josue has defected to embrace the greater vision of the Monarch Oliver English. We hope to get more news on that this Monday night on Warzone. But previously, before this bout, we saw Crisp Billy slug it out with Pando. An absolutely one-sided beatdown with the Siberian Silver Bear Pando emerging victorious. Beating the Man Beast to a bloody pulp like we haven't seen before. Step up Enziguri from Kabuki. Shin breaker from the Sauce. Kabuki watching that pole cue like his life depends on it. Tilt-a-whirl power slam by the Sauce, hooking the leg there. Smooth transition from the Rhinestone Cowboy. Both these men back up to a vertical base. Kabuki with that pole cue in hand has been the constant thorn in the side of both of these challengers. Russian leg sweep attempted by the Sauce. The Sauce being cleared out of the ring here. Swinging DDT onto the pool cue. Irish whip. Hitting the ropes here. Power slam. Running knee lift from K-Dog. Another total elimination. K-Dog on the receiving end of a pinfall here. The Sauce goes low on the champion. Reverse DDT from the Sauce to Kabuki. And K-Dog looking to insert himself into this bout however he can here. Running low on fumes here tonight. 28 minutes later, and we are still at an absolute stalemate. Death Valley driver onto the Sauce. Vertical suplex from the Sauce. K-Dog attempting a quick lateral press on the champion, but Kabuki had it scouted. Reverse armbar. Kabuki fired up here. Kabuki sizing up K-Dog here. We love nothing more than to take this opportunity away from the Pitbull here. The Sauce has been knocked clean out. Deadlift German suplex by the Sauce. These men beating the absolute hell out of one another. Kabuki clearing the ring here.
2, 3,
Sauce getting out of the way here.
5, 6.
We knew that K-Dog and Kabuki were more than capable of going the distance here tonight. They were more than capable of going to war here.
11.
Back at Ignition in January, we saw these two men go to war for nearly 35 minutes.
15.
And now the Sauce finds himself stuck in the middle with them.
17. Break.
K-Dog going for a reverse suplex once again here. 60-minute time limit in effect for championship bouts here. Scoop slam from the Sauce. Single leg Boston Crab from Kabuki to K-Dog. And we are seeing these two go to war with each other. The Sauce looking to pick up the scraps here. And so it's made him such a dangerous contender going into tonight's bout. The very real possibility that he will let K-Dog and Kabuki destroy each other while he slips away with the Hardcore Championship. Absolute highway robbery from the Rhinestone Cowboy. We've seen the Sauce hit the jackpot before this time of year. It is now up to him to repeat history. Covered by Kabuki. K-Dog breaking it up with a leg drop from the top. K-Dog's timing couldn't have been any more precise than that. Any more airtime, and Kabuki might have been walking out of here with his Hardcore Championship reign fully intact. How the hell do these three men do it? How the hell do these three men have the energy, the wherewithal, the battle IQ to keep pushing themselves this long and this hard? Kabuki looking to steal one off of K-Dog here. Restraining the arms of Kabuki. Northern Lights suplex onto the champion. This is a war of attrition here tonight. Hardcore Championship up for grabs. Hard-boiled Kabuki. The Rhinestone Cowboy, the Sauce. The Pitbull, K-Dog. And our second of 4 championship bouts here tonight. Scoop slam onto Kabuki. K-Dog all fired up here. Pull cue in hand here. Sizing up his old rival. Wishbone split. K-Dog looking to finish away his old rival here. Assisted pile driver. Hooking the leg is the Sauce here with K-Dog. Riz Crusher onto the pool cue. And the Sauce saved by the ropes. Hooking the leg of Kabuki. The Sauce immediately there to break things up. Immediately there to keep things at a stalemate. 36 minutes in. And to think that these three men could be in action for the Hardcore Championship for another 24 minutes. And Kabuki just tapped out the Sauce! I stand corrected! Dragon Sleeper cinched in deep on the Sauce here as he looks his old rival in the eyes, showing him and the rest of the wrestling world what he has just taken away from K-Dog. These three men beat the ever-living hell out of one another. We saw pool cues, we saw steel steps, we saw temporary alliances being formed and burned to the ground. The Sauce looked to be the odds-on favorite going into this bout, and he was a very decisive part of how this match finally concluded. But I don't think this could have went in any other route that anybody could have possibly expected. Kabuki retains the gold tonight. Coming up next, Tag Team Championship up for grabs. Our third of 4 championship bouts here tonight, as High Velocity take on the other 2 representatives of Parliament, Kruger and Papyrus, otherwise known as Chaos Control. Parliament, Chaos Control specifically, marching down to the ring to claim more championship gold here tonight. Earlier on tonight, we saw Hostway defect to Parliament. And we are here to witness a true David versus Goliath tag team bout here. High Velocity more than has their work cut out for them here, as Ozone Atmosphere make their first tag team defense here. Of course, earned this opportunity by defeating and ending the 6-month-long reign of our previous tag team champions, Bob and Tape, in extremely controversial fashion. We saw Bob stick it to his tag team partner Tape one last time, one final time. A very spiteful surrender of championship gold just 2 weeks ago on Warzone.
1, 2.
Irish whip, Kruger slamming Atmosphere with great height. And Chaos Control, these two were the original recruitments of Oliver English. They've been waiting in the wings for all these plans to finally take motion. High Velocity being one of the hottest tag teams in the division at this moment in time here. They are looking for a career-defining victory once again here at SummerSpark. They are here tonight to prove that tag team championship victory 2 weeks ago on Warzone was not a fluke. A 400-pound Papyrus is in with Atmosphere. Papyrus running the ropes here. Quick thinking on Atmosphere, knocking Kruger into the announce desk in front of me here. Papyrus getting taken down with a spinning wheel kick. Inside cradle on the big man. Tag made to Ozone. Atmosphere trying to lift up the big man, and he actually gets the deed. That is absolutely unreal amounts of strength there. Something that we never would have expected High Velocity, either member of High Velocity, to pull off. Yet here we are tonight. The hottest night of the summer, one of the hottest nights in the overall year here for KPW. One of our flagship events, SummerSpark. Lighting up the summer the only way we know how, by showcasing the home of fighting spirit with every last burning ember that we have. Tag made to Atmosphere. Atmosphere leaping into action here. Papyrus looking to grab a baseball bat here. A bit of an insurance policy for Parliament. A bit of an insurance policy for Chaos Control. Atmosphere looking to capitalize on the short-sightedness of Kruger here. Cutter onto Kruger here, pulling him towards his tag team partner. Lateral press. And Kruger is up at 1. The pressure has been on Chaos Control to make their leader, their dearest leader, Oliver English, proud. They're there to do their part as part of the great vision, as Oliver English puts it. They're there to swing everything in motion, get the championships under their control, and dominate KPW. As we saw earlier on tonight, who knows how long he was in cahoots with these men. But the Twitch champion Josue has fulfilled his part of the goal. He has sacrificed the heartthrob Popo to ensure that. And he stabbed his mentor Popcorn Poppy in the back to really seal the deal here. Total elimination by Parliament. Papyrus in a bad way here. Shoulder breaker, courtesy of the big man. But really, when you're looking at the four men in this bout, it's the two medium men, the big man, and the even bigger man. Noggin knocker, Ozone. Catching himself on that top rope right next to Papyrus, however, he had to be quick on his feet. And in comes Atmosphere. Papyrus with a stop sign for extra measure here. As foreign objects flood their side, their corner of the ring. High Velocity has been on the offense. Boston Crab reversal from Atmosphere. Tag made to Ozone. Ozone looking to get in on the action here. Big clothesline. Stumbling Kruger into the ropes. Wrist lock followed up with an elbow to the shoulder of Kruger. As we can see how heavily padded up the arms of Kruger are here tonight. Atomic drop from Kruger. As I'm receiving word here, coming up next after this World Tag Team Championship bout. I understand that Roger, our resident interviewer, will be on standby with the World Heavyweight Champion Pierre Cinema as he prepares to deliver a big announcement courtesy of the board of directors. And we still have action to come afterwards. We still have a wild card versus the Icon, quite possibly the biggest grudge match in KPW history, as Ding takes on Robbie Deuce. And of course, our main event of the evening, World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs as the star attraction, France's greatest export, Pierre Cinema, takes on the misfit Bob. Front facing drop kick. Papyrus, the legal man. Atmosphere, the legal man. Ozone providing an equalizer for High Velocity there. Catching the big man off guard there. Papyrus slowly making his way over to make the tag to Kruger. Stereo suplexes from opposing teams. Sunset flip pinfall attempt. Setting it up from the electric chair position. Inside cradle by Atmosphere. And now look at Kruger, look at it gouge out the eyes of Atmosphere. The faithful firmly on the side of High Velocity. Ozone makes the tag. Swinging neck breaker onto Kruger. Papyrus sneaking in a quick boot to the face of Ozone as an equalizer. As a neutralizer. The offense of High Velocity. Another swinging neck breaker from Ozone. Overhead strike from Kruger. Papyrus tags in. And this could be real bad news for High Velocity. The 400-pound man running the ropes here. Back body drop from Ozone, somehow using his own strength and the momentum of Papyrus to pull off the deed. Shoulder breaker towards the corner. Ozone looking to make the tag to Atmosphere, but Papyrus isn't letting him get the safety in. The security of switching out to a fresher, more recovered tag team partner in Atmosphere.
2,
Atmosphere leaps into action.
3.
Irish whip. Papyrus hanging onto the ropes though. Tano offense from High Velocity. That aerial offense on full display here.
1, 2,
Asai moonsault attempted by Atmosphere, but Papyrus was out of harm's way here. Papyrus with a bed of roses, a bouquet of roses for High Velocity here. Big front side drop kick from Atmosphere. Kruger tags in. Suplex attempted by Atmosphere, but Kruger slams him down head first on the mat there. Neck breaker from Kruger. Now he's going back to that eye gouge. Look at it, inflict some serious damage onto Atmosphere. Tag made to Ozone. That bouquet of roses coming in handy courtesy of Papyrus there.
3, 4, 5.
Would be a real shame if either member of High Velocity had an allergic reaction to pollen. Because now they got to fight with that inside of the ring. Northern Lights suplex from Ozone. Drop kick sending Ozone
1,
through the ropes.
2,
A hip check from Kruger
3, 4.
sends him into the guardrail, crashing right in front of the Kumite faithful in the opening rows.
1,
Asai moonsault
2,
onto Kruger.
3,
Both these men fighting on opposing ends
5,
of the outside area here.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Ozone, Kruger returning to the ring. Pop-up DDT from Ozone. This could be everything that these men needed here. rolling clutch pinfall attempt from Atmosphere, but Papyrus immediately broke up the pinfall attempt. A vertical suplex from Kruger, elbow drop to the face, that mask of Atmosphere.
One, two.
Papyrus almost stealing the pin on Atmosphere there, almost securing the Tag Team Championship gold for Parliament. And now Ozone rejoins the fray. Scoop slam by Atmosphere, using whatever bit of adrenaline he had left to slam the big man. I can't believe that we've gone this long without mentioning just how odd the choice of apparel is here tonight, courtesy of Chaos Control. It almost looks uniform, like completely out of their control. Almost looking like missionaries for the Monarch and his great vision. Big side kick taking down Ozone. Shoulder tackle over the top rope, back into the ring. Count of one as Atmosphere breaks up the pin. Big drop kick from Kruger. Side kick takes down Ozone.
Two.
Action spilling to the outside on both fronts here. Atmosphere is trying to psych out Kruger.
7.
And is now Papyrus taking the brunt of the damage for Chaos Control and therefore Parliament as a whole right now. And High Velocity is getting laid out in the center of the ring here. Atmosphere making the tag. Kruger stays on top of the action, however, stays on top of High Velocity. Whatever momentum they try to pick up, whatever momentum that they try and build, whatever energy they try to feed right off of the Kumite faithful here tonight, it has been all in vain. Bouquet of Roses coming back into play. Drop kick from Atmosphere. Kruger tags in. atmosphere goes low under that shuffle sidekick from Papyrus. And now High Velocity have the advantage inside Cradle. A quick kick out at 1. Nobody on the other corner here. Kruger is completely beside himself.
1, 2, 3.
And High Velocity have retained the tag team gold here. Every single championship up for grabs here tonight has resulted in a successful defense. Postway retained the Twitch Championship earlier on tonight in our opening bout. Just before, we saw Kabuki retain the Hardcore Championship against 2 challengers. And now we see High Velocity overcome the Goliaths in Chaos Control, staying 1 step ahead of Parliament here tonight, serving to be a roadblock between Parliament and their overall great vision. Congratulations to Ozone and Atmosphere for sticking it out for 20 long minutes, for overcoming the odds here tonight to deliver an underdog victory for the Tag Team Championships. But coming up next, the ultimate grudge match in KPW history. A story of deception, a story of destruction. Both of these men have been looking to destroy anything and everything within their pathways to this very moment. That cold-hearted psychopath, that wild card in Robbie Deuce, takes on the icon, the man they call Ding, in just a few short moments. As standing backstage with the World Heavyweight Champion, Pierre Cinema, is our local interviewer, Roger, getting ready to deliver some big news, a big announcement, courtesy of the board of directors.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with the KPW World Heavyweight Champion, a man we will see in action in tonight's main event defending said championship. Perhaps the only man crazy enough to raise the stakes against a man like Bob. I'm of course referring to my guest on short notice, the star attraction, Pierre Cinema. This has been well over a year in the making for you. Now that you finally have the grandest prize of them all sitting around your waist, do you feel any sort of pressure heading into your first defense?
I've faced quite a bit of hardship to get to where I am today, Roger. We all saw what it took to climb up from rock bottom, and sometimes the path to the top has the clearest view from the bottom rung. I spent so much time overcorrecting for what should be the right course of action. And of course I'm gonna uphold that code because I made a promise to these fine people here tonight. They deserve a man that will defend this championship with dignity. I've always heard the phrase work smarter, not harder. Success does not make these things mutually exclusive. When you bust your ass off in that ring, and when you're cunning enough to draft a game plan, the way you roll with the punches gracefully is how legends are born. I got one hell of a fight coming my way tonight, and it's time for me to start working towards becoming a legend.
I think that's something the faithful have been waiting to see from you for quite some time now. You've proven time and time again that you are capable of reaching these heights. But for the first time, I think you finally believe the words you're speaking.
Well, you know it's been.
Pardon me, champ, but I've received breaking news from the board of directors. With the growing list of credible challengers, they have found it fit to initiate a championship open for the next 3 editions of Warzone on Monday nights. 8 randomly selected participants will be competing in separate 4 corners matches. The 2 winners of those bouts will clash on July 14th to determine our next contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
My God,
Looks like I got my work cut out for me this summer, Roger. But before I worry about the Open, I gotta escort the Misfit back to his island later on.
Pearson looking to keep his eyes on the prize, and now we find out that there will be 8 men in World Championship contention after SummerSpark. And what the hell is this? That's that damn wild card, Robbie Deuce, making a mockery out of the Dinger one final time. For just a brief moment in time, he had the Kumite faithful duped. But now here comes the genuine article. Here comes the real icon. It's Ding! Ding was put on the shelf for 5 long months because of that tow truck incident, because of that orchestrated hit carried out by Robbie Deuce all those months ago, costing Ding so much time from his career here, costing him World Heavyweight Championship opportunities here. And now he's here for retribution. Ding looking to go low a second time on Robbie Deuce. Robbie Deuce, of course, in the red and black attire here tonight. Tombstone pile driver onto Robbie Deuce. And we get a second low blow going into this grudge match. The hate, the vitriol, the malice that these two have intended for one another finally comes to a head. After nearly a full year. After 8 long months. Ding spent so much time recuperating from those injuries, recuperating from that tow truck wreck. Being locked in that rental car as he was sent over the edge off of the harbor in the nearby harbor here adjacent to the Kumite Forum. Being sent into the ocean. It's an absolute miracle that Ding was able to survive the entire encounter. It was an absolute miracle that he was even able to get back to the ring here. And look at the mockery that Robbie Deuce is making out of the Dinger after all this time here. Big running clothesline from Robbie Deuce. No love lost for the Dinger, having no respect for him whatsoever. This cold-blooded, cold-hearted psychopath in Robbie Deuce, this loose cannon. Taking a sick amount of pleasure in maiming and harming the Dinger. He knows damn well what he took away from this man, and it was nothing but business for him. He was going into this whole ordeal here. We knew that Robbie Deuce did this to stick it to his former tag team partner, Jedi.
1.
And this was just an unintended consequence. Ding soaring over the top rope and down to the floor.
5. 6.
X marks the spot on Robbie Deuce.
10.
Irish whip into the guardrails. Counter 12 here.
13.
Robbie Deuce still in the aisleway again, getting his head cleared up. Knife edge chop from the imposter Dinger.
2.
As we see this moment come completely full circle. We started to see the more transparent side of Robbie Deuce over the course of the winter. We started to see those sightings of imposter Dings. And as Robbie Deuce has revealed over time, he was the culprit for all of this as well. Trying to dismantle the trust that the Kumite faithful have with the Dinger.
1.
A systematic destruction of the icon that we know and love here today.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
Look at Robbie Deuce mocking the Dinger with his own trademarks, his own mannerisms. Ding going with a much earned, well-deserved low blow to Robbie Deuce here. Robbie Deuce trying to smear the face paint off of Ding with that top rope there. And Ding goes for another ding on Robbie Deuce. He certainly has to be at half a dozen at this point. Big jumping clothesline.
2.
Takes Ding over the top rope and down to the floor.
5.
The main concern of many
7.
critics and consumers alike
9.
regarding the status, the well-being of the man they called Ding. This sprung up when Ding initially challenged for the World Heavyweight Championship back at Riot Act in April.
3.
How much
4.
of a factor is his ring rust? How much of a factor
7. 8.
is his well-being, his physical conditioning?
11. 12. 13.
After everything that he's
14.
gone through, after everything that he's experienced, after everything that Robbie Deuce took away from this man. Robbie Deuce looking for a quick pinfall cover. Quick cover on the dinger. Ding pops right back up before the count of one here. Always slam onto the dinger. And now Robbie Deuce continues the assault. Looking for a shoulder tackle here. Robbie Deuce goes low on Ding. A headbutt to the groin there. Robbie Deuce looking to push Ding back into that corner, back towards the turnbuckles here. Big chop over the head of the Dinger. Cutting through him, trying to slice him down like a hatchet. Big elbow drop from the top rope. And you gotta remember, Robbie Deuce, he's had quite a bit of high profile action here in KPW. His first ever match here in KPW was for the World Heavyweight Championship at Spring Stampede here. Liar's Dice. Arms were hooked in. Lateral press. Cover.
Count.
And the Dinger is up at 2.
One, two, 3, 4.
Action spilling to the outside. Robbie Deuce looking to finish the job that he started all the way back in October. This is something that he's been clamoring for. If he can't have the World Heavyweight Championship just yet, then he's gonna settle for finishing the job on the man that he put out of commission to get as far as he has here today. Back suplex by the Dinger. Back elbow sending Ding through the ropes. Drop kick taking him off the apron and down to the floor.
2, 3, 4.
Looking for that diving clothesline down to the floor, but Dinger had it scouted.
7,
Big elbow drop
8,
onto the floor.
9, 10.
Now Robbie Deuce retrieving a table here. What the hell is this all about? Gonna refurnish, redecorate the ringside area. Ding avoiding that elbow drop, taking the opportunity to hyperextend the arms of Robbie Deuce with that surfboard stretch there.
One,
Back elbow, catching Ding in the face, but he flies over the table into the guardrail here.
5.
And this has been 8 long months in the making here for Robbie Deuce. This has been a systematic takedown of one of the biggest stars in KPW history, a former World Heavyweight Champion nonetheless. Running power slam by Robbie Deuce. Following up with a second power slam. Big elbow drop from the Dinger. And now it's Robbie Deuce that goes low. Table set up, center of the ring. Robbie Deuce has cruel intentions here. Half Nelson through the table.
1, 2, count 2.
Oh my God. The Dinger somehow, some way, kicks out once again. And Robbie Deuce just lit the Dinger's face on fire. What the hell was that? Got out that fire paper there onto the Dinger. The Dinger's completely blinded here.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's bullshit. Robbie Deuce. Continuously keeping the leverage over the Dinger, looking to exploit his emotions, his justified anger. And just when we thought the Dinger was gonna turn the tides of this hard-hitting bout here, he gets put through a table. And Robbie Deuce lights his face on fire with that flash paper. And then he secures a quick roll-up, knowing that the damage has been done. I'm not gonna congratulate this absolute piece of garbage, this scumbag. The Dinger just completely beside himself. That is the look of a broken man. A man that has hit rock bottom. Robbie Deuce, I hope you're happy with everything you've done to get to this point. You son of a bitch. But coming up next, World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs as Pierre Cinema, the star attraction, France's greatest export, takes on the 300-pound misfit, Bob. Bob with the distinct height and weight advantage, 6'8", 300 pounds. He has been on an absolute warpath in the past month. We've seen him lay waste to the Boise boys. We saw him abandon the tag team partnership that he had with the role model tape. 6 long months as tag team champions, tossed to the gutter just to get this opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship here tonight. Big fight feel here in the Kumite Forum as we await our World Heavyweight Champion, Pierre Cinema. You have to be absolutely insane to try and rile up a man at the size and the unpredictability as Bob. To pick a fight with that man, to offer him a rematch for World Heavyweight Championship gold here, higher stakes than their first encounter nearly 6 months ago. It's the Misfit versus the Star Traction World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs here in SummerSpark. Bob with the initial offense, clotheslining Pierre Cinema, rebounding him off the ropes. Now Pierre reciprocates with an Irish whip of his own. Good snap on that punch from Pierre Cinema as he takes down Bob. Bob takes down Pierre once again with a snap suplex this time around. Big haymaker from the 300-pounder. And many people have been wondering about the durability of Pierre Cinema. Last Monday night, we saw him take 2 last caress choke slams in the center of the ring after defeating Bob's seemingly former tag team partner in tape. Drop toe hold from Pierre Cinema. Looking for a head scissors takedown, but Bob is on top of Pierre now, choking the life out of him. Irish whip into the ropes. Pierre looking to go for a forearm smash there. Bob sweeping the legs of the world champion, and now he goes right back to that choke. We have been in the reigns of the cinematic era for the past month. May 31st was the night that changed everything for Pierre Cinema. The third time was truly the charm, as that was his third ever opportunity to compete for the World Heavyweight title here in KPW. It was also his third bout against the Viceroy, or previous World Heavyweight Champion, Jedi, as he emerged victorious inside the steel cage. And now 3.5 weeks later, he challenges Bob to prove to himself, to prove to the world that he is a worthy World Heavyweight Champion. Senton onto the back of Pierre Cinema. Bob going for high risk and high reward there.
7, 8, 9, 10.
And that's that level of unpredictability that we're seeing on display here from the Misfit, from the challenger. And to think that this was the man that Pierre wanted to start his World Heavyweight Championship reign against. He certainly wanted to raise that bar as high as he could here. He wanted to make sure that the cinematic era met expectations. Big chop into the corner here. Pierre Cinema looking for a precision punch there, but Bob catches the hand of Pierre, uses that lowered guard to go for a quick body hook. Inside cradle by Pierre Cinema. Pierre kips back up to his feet here. Drop kick from the world champion, forearm strike. Back suplex, repositioning Pierre halfway through the maneuver to get him as close to the center of the ring as possible. Headbutts to the back of the head of the world champion here. High angle German suplex, and Pierre might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew here tonight. We might be looking at a new World heavyweight champion if Pierre Cinema's not careful. High knee from Pierre Cinema. High angle drop kicks. Crucifix pinfall attempt from Pierre Cinema, but Bob's legs, his long legs were reaching the ropes there. Haymaker from Bob. Body hook to the ribs of Pierre Cinema. They have to be absolutely reeling. They're certainly going to be bruising tomorrow morning. Side Russian leg sweep from Pierre Cinema. Francis, greatest export. Tossing Bob out of the ring here. Size him up. Looking to go for some aerial offense. Handspring moonsault over the top rope, down to the floor. That is vintage Pierre Cinema.
9, 10, 11.
Nobody delivers on the big fight feel quite like Pierre Cinema. Nobody can meet the expectations quite like this man. Out of 16, Bob needs to get his act together here. Starstruck! That signature DDT!
1, 2.
And the resilience, the wherewithal, the raw power of the Misfit, the Challenger, the rage boiling within the 300-pounder in Bob. And he just clubbed down the world champion with an overhead chop. Haymaker takes down Pierre once again. Bob has one hell of a way to neutralize any mortal man here. Double axe handle from Pierre Cinema to the back of the head of Bob there, taking him down to all fours. Pierre Cinema just sweeping the legs of the Challenger.
4,
Pulling him outside the ring here.
6,
The hell is he
7,
thinking here?
8.
Pierre, onto the announcer's desk right in front of me. What the hell are you thinking here, Pierre?
12.
He's not thinking for a Starstruck.
13.
No!
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
There are bodies
1,
everywhere.
2, count 2.
Bob is a total wreck in that ring. The welts are building on the back of Pierre Cinema from going through that announce desk. The monitors are smashed in front of me. All the paperwork in front of me on the desk.
1,
All strewn about in the Kumite Forum.
3,
A senton
4,
over the top rope and down to the floor.
6, 7, 8.
Pierre Cinema reciprocating with a moonsault up top and down below to Bob here. I'm gonna try and call the action to the best of my ability. I don't have such a great vision of what's going on here.
15.
All my monitors were taken out.
16. 17.
Down to 17. Running drop kick. That high knee to the face of Bob. Stumbling him, knocking him out seemingly. As ring crew here bring me the one of the other folding tables that we have underneath the ring here. Reconnect the monitors. Now we can really get back into calling the action. Fly solo as always, with a little bit of an assist from the ringside crew.
1, 2.
The action spills to the outside once again, thankfully from on the other side of the ring here.
6.
Bob reversing the Irish whip. These two are competing up by the stage now. Referee slapped by Jones. Can't believe what the hell he's seeing here tonight. This absolute car crash. It's one that you just can't look away from here.
1.
They're trying to bait in Bob with that drop kick once again here. A high knee to the face. Big splash from the second rope onto the back of the world champion. Scoop slam from the world champion, lateral press here, and Bob gets up at 2. Here, in grave danger, last caress, choke slam. But Bob's not done. He wants to make absolutely sure that this World Heavyweight Championship is his. How bad does he want it?
Break.
And Pierre's foot draped over the metal rope. The in-ring conditioning of Pierre Cinema. The spatial awareness. The expertise that this man has built up over the course of the previous year has culminated to that moment that might have saved the World Heavyweight Championship for Pierre Cinema. The Kumite Forum is in a frenzy here for our main event of SummerSpark here tonight. Pierre Cinema, Bob, the Star Attraction versus the Misfit. World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs. Nobody has been able to change the possession of the championship going into any title bout here tonight. Bob has the ability to be the exception. Bob has the ability to cut the cinematic era short here.
1.
As he tosses Pierre Cinema out of the ring and down to the floor.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
Irish whip into the corner right next to the steel steps here.
12. 13. 14.
Bob's all amped up. He knows that one good strike is all that it's going to take to put down Pierre Cinema at this point.
Count 2.
Inside cradle, Pierre Cinema almost stealing it. This could go any way here. Here, Cinema going dead weight on that suplex attempt. Starstruck further away from the ropes this time. But Pierce Cinema, he's going for a shooting star press. This is how he put away tape on Monday night. And he does the same to Bob. The cinematic era continues in our main event of SummerSpark. Absolute pandemonium in our main event here tonight. Bodies everywhere. Our announce desk absolutely shattered. 2 last caress choke slams, 2 starstruck DDTs, 1 shooting star press, and 1 decisive winner, 1 decisive world heavyweight champion in Pierre Cinema. Bob gave him one hell of a fight. You can't discredit anything that Bob did here tonight. He proved to the world just how badly he wanted to become world champion. And we might have seen a different result if Pierre Cinema was just a little bit further away from the ropes on that after that second choke slam. But now lies ahead a path of uncertainty. There are 8 challengers to Pierre Cinema's World Heavyweight Championship as part of the World Championship Open. We'll be seeing 4 corners matches in the main events of our next 2 editions of Warzone, starting off this Monday night, where the winner of those 2 4 corners matches will meet on July 14th to determine our next contender to Pierre Cinema, and our next monthly special event, Vendetta, on July 26th. And that is all the time we have here, folks. I have been Tapey Styles, the only man that can call the action right down the middle, flying solo as always. Wishing you all to take care, to stay safe, and have a good night, everybody.